Surabhi, if I can begin with you. You know, the Congress is saying all of this is nothing but made-up lies by the BJP. You're peddling fake news, and that this kind of a temple tax existed way before, during the BJP rule as well.
Yeah, you're able to go up and down.
Surabhi, can you hear me? I don't think Surabhi is with us. We're going to reconnect with her. Let me bring in Anil Kumar on this broadcast. Anil, what's your response to the BJP's allegations that, you know, this is anti-Hindu, this money is going to be used for the development of mosques and churches, and why don't you have this kind of a tax being collected from mosques?
Akshata, I start laughing when BJP talk about Hindus. Like, you know, I would like to understand, like, what is their contribution to the Hindus? Apart from the political, you know, gains which they basically take when, as and when the elections come, I would like to understand what is the BJP stand as far as Hindu codification bill is concerned. What is their concern when we have stood telling that, like, you know, every government organization need to use Basavana's photo across the Karnataka. When we told, like, you know, when we in 2013 to 2018 government, when we bought for the priest, the Hindu priest, that from 500 rupees to 3,500 rupees, when we have increased their salary, where they were when we bought this bill. So when we talk about Ayodhya temple extension of the land, where were they when we did this? When we have actually opened the temple for the first time for the Hindus, where they were when we actually bought into this particular act. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, as and when for their convenience or for their political gain, if they come, people have understood their so-called top secret now. So they no more are Hindu protectors or probably whatever they themselves call it.
Let's talk about this particular law. Let's talk about this particular law. Anil Kumar, let's talk about this. The BJP is saying that, look, this is money being collected. This is money, let me finish, sir. This is money being collected right now from temples that's going to be used for other religious institutes. The other issue they've pointed out is that there's a trust which doesn't have Hindus. Non-Hindus are a part of these trusts that decide where the money is going to go.
See, I seriously don't understand how can they can predict about the future. The first question is, they were okay when this amendment took place in the assembly. They did not had any issue. Point number one. Point number two, they are telling this could be used. This could be used. That is the future tense. You first of all, we are very, very clear in the bill also. It is very, very clear this particular amount can only be used. And if they are telling this could be used, that means they are very, very clear that they are trying to make it politicization. Apart from that, I don't see any other things, because the reason behind it is, you show me one single case for which they actually stood against the Hindus. I'll just give you a small example. Thousands of temples have been demolished across Uttar Pradesh. Thousands of houses have been demolished, and many temples and mosques have been demolished in Ayodhya. Did anybody raise the voice from Karnataka? No. When from 2018 to 2023, the state government ruled, the BJP government ruled Karnataka. How many temples did they demolish? Did they have any accountability? No. So when the elections are coming, and now the elections are in the edge, and now they have to make some politicization, they are trying to tell you. What Siddaramaiah ji has very categorically made a statement today was, Sri Yediyurappa was one of the tallest leader. I do also agree completely for that. The reason right now the Vijayendra is trying to make his position as a big Hindu leader, I don't personally see even their own leaders, including Yatnal, would be endorsing his own statement. I would request your reporter to kindly go and ask his review as far as the Vijayendra stand. He may completely disagree.
No, there are many reactions. So there are many reactions from the BJP. There are many who are all making the same comment. There are many who are making the same comment. I'll get in the BJP in just a bit. Just for our viewers, and Anil Kumar, I request you to stay with me. I'll come back to you, sir. I'll come back to you. I just want to put out some facts right now for our viewers on what really this temple tax looked like before versus now. It's not something that's a new reform by any measure. So earlier, the tax on temples was in fact for temples which earned about 10 lakhs of income. Now it's with 1 crore income. So there's a substantial difference there. But there's also a difference in the percentage. A tax percent of 5% on temples was what was put in earlier. Now it's doubled to 10%. So while you're seeing that income slab difference, you're also seeing a difference in the percentage. Earlier in the BJP government, these funds were meant for any religious institute. Now they've clearly said in the bill, if you read the details, the fine print, it says the funds are for C category temples as well as for priests. So it's not a new legislation by any measure as well. These are the details really about this particular temple tax that you need to know. I wonder if the BJP guest is also with us. If Surabhi is with us, we will go to her in just a bit. But in the meanwhile, Anil, it's this particular point that's led to a showdown where it says funds for C category temples and priests, and the BJP says there's a clause that says if need be, then money will be sent across for other religious institutes.
No, as you rightly said, it is already mentioned in the bill that this particular funds can't be used to any other, temples. There is no question of we using it to somewhere else. Point number one. Point number two, we have actually created a visionary team in the budget presented by CM of the state, has very, very clearly mentioned that there is a team which is going to be set up to uplift the C category temples which are being undeveloped in the state, and this particular visionary team is going to identify such kind of temples, and basically those will be actually improved.
Let me bring in Surabhi right now. Let me bring in Surabhi Hodigere of the BJP. Surabhi, I hope you can hear me. You've got the Congress here, Mr. Anil Kumar, saying very clearly that the BJP is attempting to peddle fake news on this issue, that the BJP has done nothing for Hindus in Karnataka. But keeping all that aside and focusing on this particular law, this has existed even when the BJP was in power, Surabhi. So why is your party up in arms now?
No, this has existed ever since this law has been around. It's not definitely not a new addition. However, the fact that those slabs have increased is something that we should definitely take into account. Now, Mr. Anil Kumar has had the edge over here to speak his point in the last 15 minutes because I could not connect technically. So I will let you know what the BJP's thoughts are on this issue, which is that the Congress government has not had a equal way of in which they have been treating different parts of different religions here in Karnataka. Even if you see the budget estimates, or the budget estimates that came out just a few weeks ago, 200% increase in funds compared to say 140 average percent increase in funds for minority communities. And you've seen this, Akshita, across social media. This has been going on. The 330 crore was allocated for the Waqf board.
No, but let's also be very clear. Let's be very clear that there was a lot of news doing the rounds that, massive chunk of the budget was about 1% of the budget. So let's be very clear about that. The other issue about the difference in slabs that you're referring to, the percentage increase that you're referring to, Surabhi, you've got Chief Minister Siddaramaiah saying that, look, before the changes, temple earnings over 10 lakh rupees gave 10%, whereas now that's changed to those having above 1 crore pay 10%. So it's kind of equalized on that front.
No, the point is the amount of money that's going to be coming in. For grade A temples, which the entire slabs have been changed. 1 crore is a huge amount compared to 25 lakh cutoff that existed before. And the second thing is that it's incredibly important here to note that where is this money is essentially going for development of Hindu temples only? Are they going for development of roads and everything else that the government has been telling us that they don't have money for? It's also incredibly important. Why have you raised this sort of tax on Hindu temples? Is it because the coffers are going empty? Is it because you have taken a loan of 1 lakh crore plus? That's something unprecedented that's happened in 2 years of a government coming into power in Karnataka. The point here...
Anil Kumar, respond please to that.
Yeah. Hello? Akshata, am I
Yes,
audible to you?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so when she was mentioning that like this particular bill, this particular amount can be used for roads. Firstly, I have made very clear statement. This particular amount can only be used for the temples, which is as per the bill which is mentioned and passed and approved by the BJP legislators. Point number one. Point number two, let me make it very clear that the people are coming across the state by the bus which are being left by us. The women who are traveling from one place to another place, they are going and praying for the Congress party. They've been praying for the Sidramaya. And for that, I give an evidence of Sri Dharmasthala. She has written a letter to Sidramaya saying that, like, you know, because of your new scheme which has been left by the Karnataka government, the tax, the collection in the temples have been
let's
increased.
Focus on this
and
issue,
we have
please.
not
Let's
stopped
focus
any
on this
prasadam
issue.
as for the people who are coming
No,
for that.
fine. Surabhi, essentially the messaging
I'm
here is
just
that the
coming to
bill,
the
the law
There are two
now
reasons-
has
there are
very
two
clearly
reasons.
stated, has once very clearly
Akshita,
stated that this money is only for temples. It's not going to be used for anything else.
Please ask him to look at Section 19 of the Hindu Religious Institutions and Charitable Endowments Act. Ask him to look at Section 19, the section that they have amended so far, where it says in KL, Clause L, that any other charitable or Hindu religious purpose, okay, establishment or maintenance of hospitals and dispensaries, okay, establishment and maintenance of poor homes, so and so on, physically disabled persons. This common fund pool has always been contentious. It's always been contentious. Today, Sidramaya ji has put up a tweet saying that this never was ever since the common pool came into existence, it's never been used for anything else. That is untrue, because as per Section 19, the administration of the common pool fund in its 2003 amendment had already said that the grant for aid for any other religious institution which is in poor or needy circumstance. Fine.
I don't get the BJP's argument here. I don't get the BJP's argument. Are you against temple funds being used for the betterment, for the development of the state? Or is it about development of mosques and churches and other religious sites? Which is it?
Akshita, let me make this very clear. In 2022, under the Bommai government, as well as 2018 and otherwise, our manifesto has clearly said that state must not control temples. It should not be under the control religious institutions. Is this secularism? Where your article on religious freedom, is this what secularism essentially means? No. We have been taking steps to ensure that state goes out of control, takes away control of these institutions. And
no,
Mr.
what steps? What steps? Because this kind of a tax was there previously as well. So what steps?
Agree, ma'am. How many years have we been in power and how many years has the Congress been in power? Surely it is on our manifesto and we will get it done. The fact of the matter is, why must Hindu temples be paying this tax when other institutions, whether it's Muslim, Christian, Jain, anybody else, their money does not go. And you know, the way Mr. Anil Kumar spoke just now, that there's going to be an expert committee of people. Are Hindus not, are the people, localites not capable of taking care of their temples?